Gorilla saw a co-working space once. Glass walls, beanbags, a sign that said, "Community over chaos." People typing on laptops, sipping oat milk lattes, looking like they were curing cancer one spreadsheet at a time. Gorilla thought, I could sell chairs and Wi-Fi. How hard can that be? A ping-pong ball rolled slowly across an empty room behind him. Gorilla didn't notice. He was too busy imagining himself as a landlord of vibes. Gorilla pictured the dream. Passive income, people renting desks, money appearing while Gorilla drinks coffee and looks thoughtful near a window. No customers to argue with. No kitchen to clean. Just humans, quietly working, quietly paying, quietly grateful for the privilege of sitting in a chair Gorilla owns. Gorilla imagined a waiting list. Gorilla imagined turning people away at the door like a nightclub bouncer, except the club was spreadsheets and the bouncer smelled like printer toner. Gorilla signed the lease. Gorilla bought desks. Gorilla bought a coffee machine so shiny it looked like it could file its own taxes. Gorilla hung a sign. Flexible plans for flexible people. Gorilla did not yet know what flexible actually meant. Flexible meant nobody commits to anything. Week 1. 3 people join. One is a guy who says he's building something big and never says what. One is a woman who comes in for exactly 1 hour to charge her phone. One is a man who brings his own snacks, his own chair, and somehow his own silence, like he's protesting the concept of rent itself. Gorilla beats his chest once, quietly, in the supply closet. Just to release something. Nobody saw, nobody needed to. The bills arrived like a group chat nobody asked to be added to. Wi-Fi bill, cleaning bill, coffee bill, which was somehow bigger than the rent because apparently humans drink lattes like it's a competitive sport. Gorilla stared at a stack of invoices taller than himself, each one labeled with a font that seemed personally disappointed in him. Gorilla tried to eat his bamboo. Tasted like nothing. Gorilla realized co-working spaces don't sell desks. They sell the idea that a desk near other ambitious people will make you ambitious too. Nobody explains that ambition doesn't pay Wi-Fi bills. Gorilla learned the real math. 1 membership covers a desk. 10 memberships cover a desk, a printer, coffee, cleaning, and Gorilla's crushed dreams. Occupancy had a name Gorilla didn't want to learn. 60%. Which sounds fine until you realize 40% of the room is empty chairs, silently judging Gorilla's business decisions. Empty chairs don't apologize. They just sit there, existing, costing money. Gorilla started doing the thing every co-working owner secretly does, counting heads instead of enjoying his coffee. Is that guy paying? Is that woman a member, or just someone who wandered in for the free biscuits? Gorilla installed a keycard system. The keycard system broke on day 2. Gorilla went back to counting heads like a nervous parent at a school pickup. Then came the guy. Every co-working space has him. He joined the cheapest plan. He arrived at 8 a.m. He left at 9 p.m. He used more electricity than the entire building combined. He printed things. So many things. Nobody knew what. Nobody dared ask. Gorilla began to suspect the guy was running an entire secret company off 1 desk and 1 plug socket, powered purely by Gorilla's naive pricing structure. Gorilla tried raising prices. 3 members left immediately, offended, as if Gorilla had insulted their grandmothers instead of adjusting for the cost of electricity. Gorilla tried adding perks, free snacks, free events, free networking Fridays, which really just meant free wine for people who wanted free wine and zero networking. The events cost money. Nobody networked. Everyone just ate the snacks and left. Gorilla began to understand a truth nobody puts on the brochure. Co-working spaces don't fail because people don't want desks. They fail because everyone wants community. But nobody wants to pay for the electricity bill that community requires. Gorilla started running numbers at midnight. Calculator glowing like a tiny, sad lighthouse. Rent, utilities, insurance, cleaning, coffee, printer ink, which apparently costs more per liter than functioning fuel. Revenue barely peeked over the wall of expenses, waved awkwardly, and disappeared again. Gorilla beat his chest twice this time. a little louder. Still nobody saw. That was the point. Some stress doesn't want an audience. It just wants to leave the body. Gorilla began doubting the whole dream. Maybe community wasn't a business. Maybe community was just people, borrowing Gorilla's chairs, Gorilla's Wi-Fi, and Gorilla's patience, while calling it collaboration. Gorilla sat one evening, alone, lights dimmed, chairs empty, ping-pong table untouched in the corner like a monument to optimism nobody used. The ball from earlier was still there. Nobody had ever actually played. Gorilla looked around at the glass walls, the motivational quotes stuck crookedly on the walls, the beanbags nobody sat in because beanbags are a lie adults tell themselves about comfort. Gorilla understood something quietly devastating. He hadn't built a business. He'd built a stage where other people rehearsed being productive, while Gorilla paid for the electricity of their potential. But then, slowly, something else settled in. Not everyone left. A few stayed. Regulars. People who nodded at Gorilla every morning, who left honest feedback, who genuinely built things at those desks, quietly, without asking for free wine. Those were the ones worth building for. Gorilla realized the business wasn't about filling every chair. It was about finding the right 5 people who valued the space, instead of chasing 50 who just wanted a free outlet and a change of scenery. Gorilla adjusted the pricing, cut the free wine Fridays, kept the coffee, because some things matter more than margins. Slowly, the numbers stopped apologizing. Gorilla ate his bamboo again one evening, sitting near the window, watching the last few members pack up quietly. It tasted like bamboo again. Simple, grounded, his. The ping-pong ball rolled past his feet. Gorilla stepped over it without even noticing, already thinking about tomorrow. Some businesses don't sell products. They sell space for other people's ambition. And the hardest lesson isn't filling that space. It's learning which ambitions are actually worth the electricity.